So it was popping this weekend for Pokemon news. I wasn't able to do it because I was away for the weekend, so I wasn't able to do a video. But here we go though. Probably one of the biggest Pokemon leak stories we've ever covered. It looks like all of the returning Pokemon from previous generations have been leaked. So essentially, we technically have the entire Pokédex. Even though I would say take this with a grain of salt. This is why I don't like reporting on this type of stuff. But we're gonna talk about it. But before that, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me, as well as follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128, as well as like the video tweet, share the video tweet, and I will shout you out at the end of the next episode. As well as drop a comment down below to help the channel grow. Let's talk about this big Pokédex leak from PearlEnthusiast. Now, PearlEnthusiast has been around for a little while. I believe they work with the data miners or the people over on the Pokemon Code Discord, Pokemon Code cracking server on Discord. Now, I have a Discord, but I don't quite know how to use it. I'm old, leave me alone, okay? Good lord. But yeah, so they kind of work on Discord, and they kind of decode codes from Riddler Q and Kaka and stuff like that. And I believe they decoded a bunch of codes from them to get this Pokédex, I believe. Now, there are issues with it. There is conflicting information. Q himself has said that there's a chance that some of it is wrong. Some people are saying that like maybe 85% of it is right, you know, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. It's gonna be a long video, so grab yourself a snack, a tasty beverage, and let's talk about the Pokédex. Alright, so let's get on into this, right? So it started with one tweet, as things usually do, from Riddler Q. And basically he tweeted out 297 plus 103 equals 400, and an additional 40 plus. So this was all going towards a pick from PearlEnthusiast that was basically all of the returning Pokemon coming to Scarlet and Violet from previous generations. And it's about 297 of them plus 40 that are going to be like Pokemon you can transfer from Pokemon Home. Now, I don't usually report on stuff like this, mainly because I find it's usually the most volatile part of these leaks. Alright, because it can definitely change at any time, which is why today's sponsor is the perfect thing for you to use when dealing with information about returning Pokemon. Salt! Now, with soul. For when you want your seasoning with soul, and you want your chicken to be bold, bars, you know what I'm saying? Salt, protecting you from unseasoned food and unsubstantiated rumors from YouTube for decades. Use salt today for your rumors. That's right, take it with a grain of salt, because you never know if this information is right or wrong. Now, there was some drama a couple weeks ago between Riddler Q and 4chan, because basically Riddler Q had reported in the past, and I believe Kaka also reported, that Flapple was not going to be in the game, and then Flapple was in the trailer, and everybody was like, oh my god, Q and Kaka are wrong. And then Q kind of clapped back, as Q usually does. But the thing is, you know what I'm saying, that's why I don't report on this stuff, because it could change at any time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that. I mean, you never know when, you never know, like, if they decide to rebalance the game in some way. You don't know if, like, because more than likely what Kaka is running off of is a beta. Alright, he's probably running off of a beta of the game. We don't know when that vertical slice of the game was created and sent off to whoever was supposed to beta test it. We don't know what work has been done since then. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what rebalancing of the Pokédex has been done since then. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to give you hopium that your favorite is going to be in, or they're going to add 100 new Pokemon. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to give you hopium. I'm not trying to be a shill. I'm just trying to give you as much information as possible. You know what I'm saying? And as clear as possible as I possibly can. But I mean, we don't know exactly what work has gone on since this version of the game to now, or what will be done by November. But this is the list that we got, though, and I think personally, I think the list is okay. I would wish there was more Pokemon, but I mean, it's almost 500, so that's not too bad. You know, it could be worse. All right, so we've got Raichu in all of his pre-evolutions. So it's a possibility that we're gonna get a Alolan Raichu as well. We have Nidoking and Nidoqueen, so we got all the Nidos. We've got Persian and Berserker. So this is where it gets weird, because Berserker is a different evolution of Meowth, or a different Meowth. So the fact that we've got, you know, these two in there, but they don't show a Alolan Persian, could mean that maybe a Alolan Persian won't be available in the game. But Centro says that because the Pokemon's on here, it means the whole family's on there, so maybe that means that Persian represents the whole family. I don't know, it's conflicting information, but we've got them on there, and possibly a Alolan Persian as well. We've got, of course, Primeape's on there because he's getting the Evo. We've got freaking Arcanine. I was hyped for this. When I saw the list, I glimpsed at the list a little bit, and I was like, yes, Arcanine is there. I'm good. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. I use him in pretty much most of my, well, not most of my competitive teams, but usually the first competitive team I make has an Arcanine on it somewhere. So I'm hyped. So we've got regular Tentacruel. He's probably going to get a regional fake too. We've got Slowbro and Slowking. So we got the whole slow line, which means now, again, they said that since the Pokemon is on the list, it represents the whole family. That means we also could be getting the Galarian version of the Slowpoke line. So we've got them in there. We also have Tauros, regular Tauros. Of course, Tauros is going to be getting a couple of different variations, all the evolutions, Dragonite. So then we can go a little bit more through the list. We've got some interesting Gen 2 representation. Of course, regular Tyranitar, regular Donphan are in, even though they're going to get Paradox forms. Dullybird's in. He's also getting the Paradox. Okay, Gen 2's reps is okay. You know what I'm saying? Honchkro's in, which is pretty good. Then we've got Gen 3. Gen 3 representation don't look too bad. So we've got Breloom in, which is pretty good. I like Breloom. We've got Medicham in. That's pretty good. We've got no Flygon. So we got Gen 3, no Flygon, but guess what? Salamence gets in, and it gets a Paradox. Because, you know, Salamence and Charizard, they get freaking daggone special treatment all the time. It's just unfair, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like freaking so then we got Gen 4. Gen 4, to me, in my opinion, Gen 4 got snubbed a little bit, because Gen 4 don't got a lot of rep. I mean, we got Staraptor, we got Staraptor, we got Luxray, we got the bee Pokemon, Pachirisu for some reason. Well, I guess Pachirisu's for VGC. That's what that's for. Of course, we got, you know, the basically your usual suspects, your Floatzel, Gastrodon, you know what I'm saying, Bronzong, Hippowdon, you know, your usual suspects from Generation 4. Generation 5's in, but you know how I feel about Generation 5, but at least we got, you know, Electros in. Got Electros. Of course, Volcarona and Hydreigon are in, but they're probably going to get regionals. I mean, not regionals, Paradoxes. Generation 6, they're in there. Generation 6 is okay. They got some okay reps in here. The main one I'm interested in is the Firebird. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I'm sorry. And of course, the Gudra. You know, Generation 7's in, but yeah, Generation 7. So then we've got the Generation 8 is in as well with their reps. Flapple is in, you know, so that's pretty good. So another thing that I wanted to talk about here was this bottom row. This bottom row is probably the row that pisses me off the most, because this is the row that has the most inconsistencies in it, okay? So, first off, Charizard. So usually I can understand why, like, Samurott, you know, Decidueye and Typhlosion are in, because technically they're a set for Legends Arceus, right? So I can understand why they didn't bring in the others of their individual generation set, because technically they're a set by themselves. But Charizard is just brought in on the random for some reason. And I'm like, why? Why would you not bring in all 3 of the Gen 1 starters when they're the OGs? You know, I know that Charizard is the favored of the OGs, but it's weird that you wouldn't bring in all 3 of them. Like, I mean, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charizard, they're probably the most popular starter Pokemon, like, ever, you know. But okay, you know what I'm saying? That's weird. The other thing that's weird is that we have all the mythicals. We have Mew, we have Victini, we have Mioletta, we have, I'm trying to see the list around my camera. We have Diancie, we have that robot Pokemon from Generation 6. We have tons of mythicals. No Shaman. Why? Shaman was a big part of Generation 4, but Shaman's not gonna get brought in on Pokemon Home, which is what this bottom list is. Okay, that's kind of weird. The other thing that's weird is the Gen 6 starters. Like, why is you know what I'm saying, why do we have, you know, the Gen 6 starter trio in, but no other starter trio other than Legends Arceus? Like, all the rest of this stuff I understand. I understand why the Genies are in. You know, I understand why the Hisuian forms are in. But later in the video, we're going to get into something that also conflicts with that as well. Alright, so that's about it for this. You know what I'm saying? I got another video I want to do, you know, about the list. A bunch of questions people had that they asked to Centro and PokéEnthusiast. Centro and PearlEnthusiast. To kind of have some clarification about some of the questions that people do have about the list. So of course I'm gonna do another video on that another time. Well, probably tomorrow, more than likely, depending on what's going on. But of course, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me, as well as look out for my Fire Emblem. That video is coming out this week too. But look out for my Overwatch 2 stream. I will be back to streaming tomorrow. I was away for the weekend, and so in order to get this video out, I didn't really have time to stream. But tomorrow I will be back to streaming Overwatch 2. So of course, always keep it real, people. Lean on them niggas, bruh. Oh, get too far out. I went too far out.